Hey everyone, welcome back to Raspberry Rock. I'm probably Russell. It is, the weather's turned a little bit more mild. It's probably normal fall temperatures now. I think the high is going up to 5 Celsius today. The low is around 0, -1. So hopefully that deer meat will soften up enough that I can butcher it. I thought maybe I could put it in, like, parts of it at a time into the fridge to thaw. But as it is quartered, it's still way too big. I may just look at cutting it down further. Right now I've got it all in the freezer. The freezer's not turned on. The outdoor freezer, it's not turned on. But it's, I've got a temperature gauge in there and it's still too cold. I'm poking the meat and frozen solid. And we're talking like big things of meat, so it's not going to thaw very quickly. Kind of needs like several days of above 0 temperatures to thaw. So yeah, I might look at cutting it down further and then sticking it in the fridge. I'll still have to create like a big space in the fridge, which will be annoying, but whatever. So this is the time of year where I would like to be taking down trees for firewood. I shouldn't say I would like to. I hate taking down trees for a couple of reasons. One, I just don't like cutting down trees, and second is I don't like running a chainsaw. They're loud, noisy. If I could use a handsaw, if it wouldn't kill me, I'd do it, but it would kill me. I'm not nearly the kind of shape you would need to be doing that. And I guess third is it's dangerous. Taking down a tree is always dangerous. But I've got some trees here by where we would like to, where our garden is, that really need to come down because there's just no sunshine. And sometimes there's no sunshine in our little garden plot there, so there's definitely there's quite a few trees that would need to come down. But there's some trees that are right there that would definitely need to come down, and there's, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 trees. So I'm going to take those down, and there's a couple of trees along the trail that I'm going to take down. Anything that's really close to the ATV trail that I might have problems getting around. I took it down a bunch last year, and there's a few more there that need to come down. There's at least one oak tree. I don't like taking down oak trees because there's not a lot. We got some good oak trees right here around the cabin, which is nice. And the deer feed on acorns. But, anyway, that's one I will take down. And the other thing that's is going on, I'm pretty much not going to do any more work on the external cladding for now. I'm going to leave it. Because A, I don't like working outdoors in the wintertime. It sucks. B, it's dangerous enough with a ladder around here, in the best of times, up on a ladder way up there on the sides of the cabin, especially on the other side where it's just up and down and up. I mean, it's all rocky and crap. But when we get snow on the ground, it's even worse, much worse. So, for those two main reasons, I'm going to stop doing that, and I'm going to return to working on the pine tongue and groove inside the cabin. Finish off the kitchen first, and then I really want to get I got 2 great big bundles of pine on the floor, on the main floor, and I really want to get those used up. So that means I got to start upstairs. And to start upstairs, first I've got to build a knee wall on both sides. I'm thinking like a 23-inch knee wall. How did I arrive at that length? Well, about 8-foot pieces of 2x4 to frame it, and if I cut each piece to 23 inches, then I can get 4 pieces from each. 4 pieces from each 8-foot length. There's math for you. Anyway, I'm not sure if I'm going to show any meals today because I don't have really anything exciting. Yeah, I'm just kind of rambling on at this point. Well, let's do some stuff, I guess. Used to be I always felt like I needed to fill these things up as high as possible. But they're so hard to pour when they're this full. Now I only want to fill them up half full. That's not very practical. How do I pour that into there without... hate it when that happens. It's hung up on another tree. Sometimes I would just leave a tree like that hanging. Because the wind might blow it down at a later date. But we're right beside the cabin here. You know, the dogs are right here all the time. So I got to deal with it today. It's like going like half a millimeter at a time. It's trying. Textbook. Right down on top of the other one. 2.5 more. Well, I messed that one up too. I thought my aim was good. I thought I was coming down beside that tree. I was actually worried it was going to come down on top of my compost. So I was aiming it more in that direction, but too far. Oh. And here, talking to the camera, I'm standing right underneath that other tree that hasn't come down yet. And creaks every once in a while. Okay, I gotta move. It was rolling around a bit. I stuck the jeans on there and cut a bit more of the wedge. Willow, no, you go on, go on. So it kind of rolled towards me and it might roll off of that tree. Willow, go! Right now! There she goes. So what I'm going to do is, it's just about lunchtime. I'm going to go in and have lunch, and it's still kind of working its way through. Willow, you need to go! Alright, I'm going to go in and have lunch, take the dogs with me. Well, it's been an hour. I've had lunch. It hasn't gone anywhere, so I brought the ATV over. I'm going to try and wrap the winch around it. Higher up. See if I can roll it more this way. But it also means I gotta put the ladder up there as high as I can get it. Yeah. This isn't dangerous at all. Oh, it really looks like it should come down. Thinking man's gonna take over here. I finally got it down. I took a bunch of, I cut like several chunks off the bottom. Cut it off the tree here, cut several chunks off the bottom and just kept winching it and it finally came down. It's been about an hour doing it. Didn't think it'd make really good film. Oh, I got one more big one to go here, plus this one that hasn't come down. Tired. I thought I was going to be doing other stuff this afternoon. Oh, my aim was perfect. My aim was perfect. So, well, we're done for today, and I finally let the dogs out. I know people are probably concerned that Willow was out here earlier with me, but she wasn't really. She was really, really good, actually. I told her what to do, and she was up on the deck sleeping there for most of the, well, not sleeping, watching me carefully for most of the time. It was only when I started talking to the camera that she thought, oh, okay, talking to the camera time. So that's when she came down. So after that, I put her inside. So we got this first tree down, and there's two there. I crap all over the place here. There's a Junebug. There's probably enough in this stump right here for like 2 weeks worth of firewood, I'd guess. Like, that's a lot of wood still there. I gotta figure out, like, if I cut here, does this automatically detach from here? Because if it doesn't, at some point this just becomes too big to cut any further, not without some advanced machinery. This is the last one that came down. Came down really nice. I spent a lot of time aiming that one. Like, I cut a bit of the notch and I come down and I look at it and cut a bit more and then look at it. Came down just perfectly. These two trees and these two trees, I didn't film this, and this is the one that was hung up earlier. I cut them down and they're all hung up here kind of like on one little tree, and this one was on top of it, and so I just kind of came in here and very carefully started cutting this little tree here, this one right here. Cut a little bit, stepped back and looked up. Cut a little bit more, and eventually it's crack, and it came down, and then all these other ones very slowly came down. So no huge concerns. So that's done. It's almost like 3 o'clock. I thought I'd be done by noon, and then I'd be working on the pine. But we'll do some. Oh, sorry, Junebug. She has no idea what I just said. Plane, go away! Wrecking my solitude like a big, enormous, noisy thing. So that's it. My plan these days is to cut down a bunch of trees. There's something else here. It turns out this one was rotten inside. So there's probably still some good wood on it, but that's annoying. Might be because we're close to the swampy area here. Anyway, my plan these days is to cut down a bunch of trees in this time of year, late November. 3 bush cords, but probably more because I want 6 in total, right? 1 for this winter and 1 seasoning for the next winter. But eventually, when I do have 3 bush cords in reserve, then my plan for this time of year is to cut down 3 bush cords for the trees, leave them there sitting. You notice, generally not much of them sits on the ground because they're held up by the branches that they fall on. So they're being held in the air. Yeah, most of them. And now they start to dry. They don't dry very well because they're not split or cut up or anything like that, but they're starting to dry, and that's the plan. And then early spring is when I go out and I start cutting them into sections and bringing them in, although this year I don't know if I'll do the same as last year. I don't know if I'll cut them into sections and bring them in, or cut them into rounds, like 16-inch rounds, and bring them in like that in the trailer. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work for an old guy to bring in those, those whatever they were, 6-foot, 8-foot sections. Really heavy. Not sure I want to do that again. Let's see. Anyway, we're gonna go inside. Well, I gotta clean up a bunch of stuff here, and then we're gonna go inside and see what's next. Yesterday I was feeling a bit down, and when I'm feeling down, I tend to do easy jobs. So I brought up some firewood. That's what 2 ATV trailer loads of firewood looks like. Minus 2 bags. What, two bags worth, which I took inside. For a while there, I was thinking that the firewood on the other side of the shelter would last me till the new year, and now I'm thinking probably not. Maybe mid-December. There isn't much left over there. This much will probably last a couple of weeks. Damn it. Well, that turned out to be a taking down trees video. Wow. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace out.